Last week here on Revolution, the final round showdown came down to two MTA Hall of Famers, Rich Wagner and Gravedigger, and Bradley Graham and King Sling. It was King Sling that would prevail. They're trying to hang on to the flag. And there you see Bradley Graham and King Sling making a grand entrance tonight. He is the man to beat. The championship flag rides on the back of King Sling. He's looking to keep it there, and he's looking to end this season strong come next week. Will he prevail here tonight? We're going to find out next. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Revolution Week 4 of the July season. 16 of the baddest monster trucks are ready to rear up the arena floor for all you great monster truck fans. As we saw earlier, King Sling is the man to beat here tonight, but we've got a great field of trucks ready to take him down and take away that championship flag. Let's take a look at how round one action is going to be breaking down. Stone Crusher set to take on Iron Warrior. Crash Test Dummy's coming back. He's taking on Saigon Shaker. Midnight Rider taking on the Cowboy, and Sparkle Smash takes on an Escalade. Other side of your bracket, Rampage takes on Sting. The Gravedigger takes on Blockhead. Monster Energy taking on UFO. And then the man taking on the champion, Tailgater. He'll be going one-on-one with King Sling. And right now, as we get round one action underway, Austin Grozier returns out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. He's behind the wheel of the Stone Crusher. He's now ready to take on Cam Blank and the Iron Warrior Ford on the inside lane. He's out of Hagerstown, Maryland. So it's going to be a battle of two Ford ovals here tonight to kick off round one. One from Virginia Beach, the other one from Hagerstown. Who's going to round two? The green light drops down. Now they're side by side. Up and over the first jump. A great race here, and over goes Iron Warrior over the finish line into the shutdown area. However, he gets the win over Stone Crusher here tonight as he got tripped up on the signs down there inside that shutdown area. Again, Iron Warrior, your round one winner. Next up here tonight, inside of round one, Jim Cartwright returns in the Saigon Shaker. He's now ready to take on Kieran Adams back in action inside of the Crash Test Dummy. Jim Cartwright won out here on Revolution a couple of weeks ago. He's ready to get back to the top of the mountain for a new kid on the block. He's got a tall order to take on a veteran, and Kieran Adams, Crash Test Dummy on the outside lane. Green light drops down now. Crash Test Dummy with a hole shot. Here comes Shaker now on the inside lane. He tries to close the gap on him. Not sure who got it here tonight. Inside of round one again, Kieran Adams and Crash Test Dummy got the hole shot on him, but Shaker was coming back towards the big end. As we look at the MTA photo finish, your winner is Crash Test Dummy. He puts the Shaker on the trailer early tonight inside of round one. Next up, coming to the line, it's the last outlaw. 𝐬𝐮𝐞 returns inside of the Cowboy Chevrolet. He's now ready to take on Justin Lamb inside of Midnight Rider here tonight. He's ready to go on the inside lane. We got to talk about 𝐬𝐮𝐞 for just a second. He's been with us since day one. He would love nothing more than to get a Revolution win with the Cowboy machine here tonight, but Justin Lamb ain't going to cut him any slack. Midnight Rider ready to go. Here's the drop down now, up the line, they're side by side, up and over no man's land now, and Midnight Rider will pick up a win over the Cowboy here tonight inside of round one. He was able to plant the horsepower right there coming out of no man's land, and he gets the victory done here tonight over Cowboy. Next up in round one, this is the return of Lily Addison inside of Sparkle Smash. New kid on the block, made her debut at the top of the season. She will now take on Jeremy Hiles, an old-time MTA veteran, inside of an Escalade over here on the inside lane. He's been close so many times this season, he would want nothing more than to put that truck at the top of the mountain to close out the Revolution season for July. We'll see what he's got in round one. Green light goes down on the line. Sparkle Smash now with a whole shot, but here comes Jeremy Hiles in an Escalade on the inside lane, and he's going to shut it down right there on the side of the van stag. He will get the win over Sparkle Smash here tonight in round one. Next up here tonight inside of round one, it's the return of Robbie Keating and the Viper Security Rampage Dodge all the way out of Pontoon Beach, Illinois. He will now take on another new kid on the block, Eon Frank, and the all-new Sting Machine, a 1953 Corvette over here on the inside lane. The first time we have ever seen Sting on in the MTA circuit. He's ready to go, trying to take out Rampage here tonight inside of round one. Boat truck stage, here's the green light down the straight stretch. They go. Rampage with a big-time lead. Here comes Stinger on the inside, and Eon Frank will pull out the win as he makes contact with the wall protection down there on the big end, trying to get the truck shut down, but Sting will put Rampage on the trailer. Next up in round one, it's the return of the Phenom, Rich Wagner and the Gravedigger. He's ready now to take on Blockhead. We're going to see the return of Matthew Brown. We saw him lose the body on that truck a couple of weeks ago. The crew went down there, thrashed on it. He's ready to rock the house. Rich Wagner and the Gravedigger. He made it to the final round showdown last week. He's trying to get back there. He lost out to King Sling. You know he's looking for revenge here tonight. Green light goes down. Gravedigger and Blockhead side by side up and over the first jump now, and Rich Wagner with the Gravedigger. He pulls out the Chevrolet horsepower. He was not playing around here tonight inside of round one. He'll put the 1950 Chevy panel wagon into round two here tonight. Blockhead on the trailer. Next up in round one, the Iceman returns. Jeffrey Skipper, Monster Energy, now gets a shot at the old-time veteran 𝐬𝐫𝐫𝐿 in the UFO Ford. He is based out of Cinnaminson, New Jersey over there on the outside lane. He won out here just a couple of weeks ago. He's got the old UFO machine dialed in, but the Iceman is yet to be declared a winner on this circuit. He's looking for that shot here tonight in Monster. Green light goes down now. UFO and Monster side by side up and over no man's land now. And UFO is up and over inside of the shutdown area. He just crossed up and slid off the side of that bus stack, but UFO getting the job done here tonight over the Iceman and Monster Energy. What a ride that was, but now it's time to close out round one. The reigning and defending Revolution champion Bradley Graham returns inside of King Sling. He is now ready to take on Jimmy Clancy in the all-new tailgater. There you see him there on the outside lane. A beautiful looking truck. He's trying to knock off the champion early here tonight inside of round one. If it's anything like last week, King Sling is dialed into this course. We'll see what he's got and if he can hang on to that championship flag. Here's the green light down the straight stretch. They go. Tailgater got a jump on him, but here comes Bradley Graham on the inside, and over goes Jimmy Clancy and tailgater as Bradley Graham had some problems shutting it down there as he tanks into the van stack right there inside of the shutdown area. Let's go back and check out the MTA replay, ladies and gentlemen. Coming down the straightaway, Jimmy Clancy and tailgater on the outside had a good hole shot. Here comes King Sling on the inside lane. He settles it down, puts down all the horsepower. There you see over goes tailgater, and then Bradley Graham just smashes it right into that sea container, but he gets the win here tonight inside of round one. And a beautiful run by Bradley Graham here tonight to close round one action. This is how round two is going to be breaking down, ladies and gentlemen. Iron Warrior's coming back. He'll be taking on Crash Test Dummy. Then it's the return of Midnight Rider. He'll be taking on an Escalade. Then the other side of your bracket, we're going to see the return of Sting. He'll be taking on the Gravedigger. And then an old rivalry renewed here tonight to close out round two. 𝐬𝐫𝐫𝐿 and Bradley Graham, UFO and King Sling, are going to throw down for a rematch from 2 weeks ago in the finals. And right now, coming on the line, Kieran Adams out of the K&J Motorsports Race Camp. Crash Test Dummy looked strong in round one. However, so did Cam Blank in the Iron Warrior Ford. Always a top contender out here on the MTA circuit. That is one bad, fast truck over there on the inside lane, based out of Hagerstown, Maryland. He's ready to rock the house against the Crash Test Dummy. He's going to get round two started over there against Kieran Adams. Here's the green light now down the straightaway. Crash Test Dummy with the lead now. Here comes Iron Warrior on the inside lane. And Cam Blank will pull out a win over the Crash Test Dummy here tonight in round two, and he will advance into semifinal action. Crash Test Dummy's on the trailer. Next up in round two is the return of Jeremy Hiles and an Escalade. The punk with all the jump. He's ready now to take on Justin Lamb inside of the Midnight Rider, who looked awesome fast in round one. He's got the truck dialed in. He puts Escalade now over there in the far lane. Justin Lamb and Midnight Rider ran the inside lane earlier tonight inside of round one. So we're going to see who's going to meet up with Iron Warrior inside of semifinal action. Escalade taking on Midnight Rider. Here's the green light down the straightaway. They go. Midnight Rider with the lead on the inside lane, and he's going to get the job done against Jeremy Hiles and an Escalade, who was hanging and banging right there with him. But Midnight Rider, your round two winner. And next up here tonight, the Phenom returns out of Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, in the Gravedigger. He's going to be taking on Eon Frank, the new kid on the block. First time ever we've seen Sting on an MTA circuit. He's doing it justice. He now finds himself against one of the greatest veterans on the MTA circuit, MTA Hall of Famer Rich Wagner over there on the outside lane. It's going to be a battle between Gravedigger and Sting in round two. Stage at the line. Here's the green light down the straight stretch. They go. They're side by side now. A good race up and over the cars. And Eon Frank and Sting. He hits the van stack right there in the center of the track. In the Phenom, Rich Wagner and the Gravedigger will advance on into semifinals here tonight. He's trying to make it back to the finals like he did last week. However, who is he going to meet there in that semifinal matchup? Because 𝐮𝐲𝐫𝐞 returns in UFO to take on Bradley Graham and King Sling. This is a rematch from 2 weeks ago in the final round showdown. 𝐮𝐲𝐫𝐞 was the winner over Bradley Graham and King Sling, but Bradley Graham is the reigning champion coming into this week. We'll see what he's got against Mr. Cool and Luke at UFO. Both drivers staged and ready. Flag on the line. The rivalry renewed. Green light goes down off the straightaway. They go. They're side by side up and over the first jump. A good race here. And it looks like UFO, as he's over in the shutdown area once again, he may have gotten the win over Bradley Graham here tonight in King Sling. Let's go back up to the top of the track. We're going to check out the replay. Down the straightaway they go. Both drivers are side by side. Both of them cut a great light. First jump now, they're up and over no man's land. They settle it down. It's a shootout to the finish line, and UFO will get the win. He'll put the champion on the trailer. So 𝐵𝐵𝐿𝐶 2-0 against Bradley Graham here this season, and UFO is in the semifinals, and this is how it's all going to be breaking down. Cam Blank inside of Iron Warrior. He's been running strong. He's going to take on Justin Lamb in the Midnight Rider in the first half of semis. Other side of your bracket, the greatest rivalry in MTA history renewed. Rich Wagner taking on 𝐮𝐲𝐫𝐿𝐶, Gravedigger and UFO. What a dandy matchup that ought to be. But right now, the kid out of Hagerstown, Maryland, Iron Warrior coming to the line. He's trying to make it to the final round showdown. So is Justin Lamb in Midnight Rider. Both these drivers have been consistent, bad fast all night long. It's going to be a shootout to that finish line, no question about it. Who's going to be taking it into the final round showdown as Midnight Rider takes on Iron Warrior? Both drivers staged and ready here in semis. Green light drops down on the line. Midnight Rider's got a lead on him, but here comes Cam Blank and Iron Warrior on the inside lane, taking it all the way down to the wall. It looks like he may have walked away with a victory. Still not sure. We're going to go back and check out the MTA photo finish. Your winner here tonight in semifinal action is going to be Cam Blank and Iron Warrior. He'll get the win over the Midnight Rider, so he goes into the final round showdown, but there's a matchup here waiting to happen as 𝐮𝐲𝐫𝐿𝐶 gets ready to take on a longtime rival in Rich Wagner. These two have a decorated history over the span of 6 years that MTA's been doing diecast racing. Two original drivers, one of them's going on in the final round showdown. Ladies and gentlemen, this matchup is worth the price of admission in itself. UFO taking on the Gravedigger here in semis. Here's the green light down the straightaway they go. UFO with a lead on. Here comes Wagner and Gravedigger. He gets bobbled up over the last set of cars, and UFO will prevail here tonight as 𝐵𝐿𝐶 is on a vendetta to get that championship flag back. He puts the Gravedigger on the trailer. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what the final round showdown has shaped up to be. UFO taking on Iron Warrior. We're going to tell the tale of the tape here tonight. Earlier we saw Iron Warrior take out Stone Crusher, then Crash Test Dummy, and then the Midnight Rider. Other side of your screen, UFO eliminated Monster Energy, King Sling, and now the Gravedigger to punch his ticket into the final round showdown. So ladies and gentlemen, that's how it all broke down. And right now, 𝐮𝐲𝐫𝐿𝐶 and UFO wants another big time championship win on Revolution. However, the kid in Iron Warrior has been running strong all night. He's been bad, fast, and consistent. This one is worth the price of admission as well, ladies and gentlemen. Both these drivers have been dialed in. Remember, earlier tonight, 𝐮𝐲𝐫𝐿𝐶 rolled that truck over twice. Is it going to be at 100%? We're about to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, UFO, Iron Warrior, it's showtime here tonight on Revolution. There's the green light down the straightaway. They go side by side, up and over no man's land now, and UFO will pull it out over Iron Warrior. He gets the job done here tonight. What a matchup as Iron Warrior has ran the left lane all night. 𝐵𝐿𝐶 has been in the right lane all night, and it seemed to work out for both drivers. But watch here on the replay. Down the straightaway they go. They're pretty much side by side. Up and now over the first jump. Iron Warrior gets a little bit kicked off, heads towards the inside of the track, and UFO pulls it out by maybe half a truck here tonight over Iron Warrior. So ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your all-new Revolution champion, MTA veteran, 𝐮𝐲𝐫𝐿𝐶 and UFO. And ladies and gentlemen, what an incredible night of racing here on Revolution. Thank you guys so much for riding with us and always supporting the MTA channel as strongly as you have. Be sure to comment down below what you thought about tonight's show. And as always, crush that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys down the road. See you next time.